I think kids are misrepresented because we've got a stereotype of being stealing and doing drugs and sort of that, but there's only a few kids who do that, and adults don't understand that. They think it's the majority, but it's not.
A lot of the time, young people, I reckon, they are ignored more than misrepresented for the fact that their voice is never heard. They say everything about, get people together, have everyone's opinion, yet young people are never considered.
I think young people are very misrepresented because obviously certain stereotypes are set towards us. For example, we're violent, we drink too much, we all smoke.
I think news are represented badly because we always thought of being hoodies and things like that. We not actually give anything good to the society around us.
They think all of a sudden that all of them drink and all of them do drugs, and it's not really the right thing to do, right thing to think about, because not all people are the same.
Well, sometimes you say stuff and then people just say they'll do something, but then they ignore it and go on to a different subject and don't listen to you.
I just think young people as a whole are misjudged, especially when they're in groups. I mean, I can walk through my village and the looks I get before I walk past someone, it's incredible. At the last minute I always look up and say hello, and the looks completely change. It goes from utter concern to being really welcoming. They give me a smile, I say, "Oh, hi back," and then that's it. And that's the look that they give you in the first place. It just shows what people's perceptions of young people are.
It's not really fair. A very small proportion of young people do things that would be perceived as bad and that kind of thing.
Young people, you need to understand that they are young people and not adults, so you need to approach them as kids, not adults.
Yeah, I had a lot of it, through school years, which I think is the main problem with a lot of people. But when your groups get chosen over or whatever throughout the school years, it makes you lose faith in what you're actually doing. For me, I didn't want to continue with my schoolwork. I wanted to go out to work. Granted, that's what I've done anyway, but it put me off because I was more, I suppose, hateful towards how the teachers were treating me.
I think I was with my nephew through town once and he was in the pushchair and I was just like clothes shopping because I was looking after him for my sister, and literally the amount of looks I get just because, you know, you've got a baby in a pushchair and people just assume it's yours because you're young, and well, that's what young people do now.
Most of it's through films, through the media and etc. that they've just stereotyped us, and people are hard to change their ways within that sector.
People get a bad image of what teenagers are like, but it's not like that.
My friend group is pretty big, so we go around in groups and we get avoided a lot because we just sit on the park and just chill out most of the time, but then people think we're doing something wrong, so.
I'd have to say it's probably the media, because one bad thing happens and it's completely blown out of proportion.
I think it honestly feels like there's less responsibility being placed upon us. So I think that's probably one way that I think to get young people back into the arena is to sort of place that responsibility on them and show them that they can actually do it.
A lot of people need to listen more to the younger people rather than just bypass them and think that they don't have any opinions or anything, or don't think they're mature enough. Ask them anyway.
The Get Involved slogan is simply because we want more people to get involved in changing the stereotypes that are already set. We want them to get involved and with their lives really and change their futures instead of letting other people change them for us.
The solution is trying to publicise that actually we're not all like that, like we're doing with this, and that actually we do have positive impacts in the society.
Give us a chance and not judge us by how we look.
Equality is more important than it ever has been before, so I think now we are fighting for it just so we are treated equally.
Young people have to get involved themselves. They have to want to be involved. And I think most of them do, but you have to facilitate them in order to get involved.